Warning, this video contains spoilers. Hey everyone, it's Y again, and today I want to look at some of the callbacks, secrets, and details you may have missed in the latest Halo Infinite trailer. Take a look at the pilot here at the beginning of the trailer. You'll notice that he has a short haircut with a trimmed beard. His looks stay this way until it gets to the point where he watches the pre-recorded hologram. But afterwards, his hair and beard have grown longer, and the temperature must have dropped considerably since you can now see his breath. It's unclear what or why there was a time skip, but as you can see, a considerable amount of time must have passed. I don't have any guesses of what could have caused the time jump, but it's definitely something 343 intentionally put in their trailer, which will very likely get answered down the road. Now this next detail is really tiny, which makes it hard to see, so you might need to go back to the original trailer and watch it in 4K. But if you look really closely at the middle screen of the Pelican, near the bottom you can make out the text, Local Ref ZETA. This is most likely a reference to the ZETA Halo ring, which by the way has been referenced in last year's Halo Infinite trailer. Next, you see the pilot wipe the frost off the windshield to reveal Chief floating in space. This shot of Chief is very reminiscent of Halo 4's ending, where Chief is left floating in space. The very next shot was likely inspired by this concept art from Bungie. They both depict Master Chief in his armor being inspected with a bunch of wires hanging from him. And while this gives us a first good look at the Master Chief's new armor, let's take a look at what inspired this design.
So Master Chief is heavily inspired by Halo 3. It has elements of Halo 4 and Halo 5, and even Halo Legends from the extended fiction. We bring that together and create something that's really distinct and new and special for our fans.
So here's a side-by-side comparison of the Infinite armor and the Halo 3 armor. The helmet design of Infinite's armor comes directly from Halo 3. Now they mention there's some elements from Halo 4's and Halo 5's armor, but nothing really jumps out at me, so I'll let you be the judge of that. And then we have the Forward on the Dawn and the Halo Legends armor, which in my opinion has the closest resemblance to the Infinite armor. You can see that each of them have the 117 on the chest plate, and a very similar shape for the body of the armor. Now this next part, 343 managed to cram a lot of information and callbacks into it, so I'll have to slow things down and go over all the details. The first thing you'll notice when the armor powers on is you'll get this neat line effect. This line effect is very similar to the one found in Halo 3 that happens on spawn. Here's both effects side by side for comparison. The first text that comes up after being powered on is VISR, which stands for Visual Intelligence System Reconnaissance. This technology is used in both Mjolnir and ODST helmets. You can even see the visor abbreviation in ODST when you pull up the minimap. There's some hidden binary code in the boot up sequence. If you look at these specific dots, you'll notice that there's a pattern of either 1 or 2 dots. When you translate the binary to text, it'll simply read, "Oh hey," which is nothing groundbreaking, so let's keep looking. There's also some AI intrusion countermeasure software, which makes sense as a defense against the created. Moving a bit further, we come across a few nuggets of information. It looks like Chief's new armor was created by Materials Group on 2/10/2559. If we take a quick look back at the previous Halo Infinite trailer, we did get a glimpse at what the year may have been. If you look closely at the crashed Pelican screen, you'll see the date 5/27/2560. Then, over a little year over that, we see that Chief's armor gets modified by Dr. Halsey on 9/19/2561. It also states that Chief's new armor is a Generation 3 Mjolnir powered assault armor. So, to reiterate, this armor was created in 2559, Chief may have been on the ring in 2560, and then in 2561, Dr. Halsey modifies the armor. Shifting our focus back to Chief's software, we see the abbreviation SPDR mentioned a number of times, which is a callback to an alternate reality game called I Love Bees. I Love Bees was a marketing campaign for Halo 2 that I won't go into detail, but what you do need to know is SPDR, or how it's pronounced spider, is a program used by AIs when they need to be repaired. Now this next bit of information might actually give us an idea of what kind of gameplay to expect from Halo Infinite. And to reiterate, this is just speculation. We see an option for both ability check and run check. This could be interpreted that Halo Infinite may have armor or Spartan abilities and sprint. Also, the last bit of information warns that there's no AI detected, which is a strong indication that Chief's not with Cortana. One thing worth pointing out is that the classic shield recharge sound makes a return. If you look over to the right, you'll see a Marine helmet sitting on the chair. The visuals of this helmet are very reminiscent of the designs used for Halo 2 and Halo 3's Marines. In this scene, where Chief checks his hands, you can really see the similarities between this armor design and the Halo Legends armor design. We also get a glimpse at Chief's AI chip. If you look closely enough, you can actually see the serial number on the chip itself. The serial number on this chip is CTN 0453-0. You'll also notice that the chip isn't glowing blue in this scene, whereas in the previous Infinite trailer, it was glowing blue. We can also partially see the serial number from the chip in that trailer, which appears to match the same serial number from this trailer. It's worth noting that this serial number does not match Cortana's serial number. Here's Cortana's serial number from Halo 3.
This is UNSC AI serial number CTN 0452-9. I am a monument to all your sins.
This new chip doesn't seem to have any AI in it, since when Chief inserts it into his helmet, he gets an AI not detected message. As Chief approaches the pilot, you get a good look at the patch on his shoulder, which is the UNSC emblem. Surprisingly, 343 went with the older Bungie design rather than their own design. As Chief moves to the front of the Pelican, we get our first good look at this Halo ring. We can clearly see that a section of the ring is missing, which was subtly alluded to in the first Halo Infinite trailer. The short exchange between the pilot and Chief is very reminiscent of the exchange at the end of Halo 5 between Roland and Lasky. Here's both those scenes back to back. See if you can spot the connection.
The mantle of responsibility for the galaxy shelters all, but only the created are its masters.
We're in the clear, Captain.
Can she track us?
No reason to think she can't.
Continue random jumps. Steer clear of major settlements.
We're just gonna run?
Only until we could find a way to fight.
No. Not then! Not again! We need to run!
No, we need to fight.
So, in case you didn't catch that, the end scene of Halo 5 talks about them needing to run until they can fight, whereas the Halo Infinite trailer, Chief says they need to fight. This next scene, where Chief jumps out of the back of the Pelican, is very reminiscent of the Halo 2 E3 trailer. Pay extra attention to the music as Chief makes this jump.
Get ready.
What if you miss?
I won't.
Now if we take a look at the last scene of the Halo Infinite trailer, we see Chief inside of what appears to be another control room. Here's a comparison between the control room from Halo Combat Evolved and the one in this trailer. You can see that the holograms appear blue this time, which may be an indication that Cortana is controlling the Halo ring. This shot also gives us a good look at the gun on Chief's back, which appears to be an assault rifle. Here's a cleaned up picture of that same assault rifle. Credit for this image goes to user dwallace3099. This design shares a lot in common with the Halo Reach assault rifle, more so than the ARs from other games. Both the music and what Cortana says to Chief is a direct reference to the opening of Halo 3. Here's both of those scenes so you can see for yourself.
They let me pick. Did I ever tell you that? Choose whichever Spartan I wanted. You know me. I did my research, watched as you became the soldier we needed you to be. Like the others, you were strong and swift and brave. A natural leader. But you had something they didn't. Something no one saw but me. Can you guess? Luck. Was I wrong? I chose you because you were special. I knew we would be perfect together. And I was right.
Also regarding the scene, check out how 343 refers to it.
That was a really important part of the trailer where Master Chief is going into a very Forerunner environment to kind of reconnect.
All right, good to know. All right, and just...
So they use the phrase to reconnect, and if you watch the scene, you'll see Chief pulls the chip out of his helmet, which has me thinking that in this scene, Chief is approaching Cortana and going to try to get her inside that chip. And the last thing I want to talk about isn't actually in the trailer, but it's from this promotional picture that 343 released. In my example, I'm going to use this edited version created by user Werbenzu, since it doesn't have the Halo Infinite text in the way. It looks like in this image, Chief is standing on the back of a pelican that's overlooking a Halo Ring landscape. Off in the distance you can see chunks of the landscape in mid-air. These airborne bits of landscape may be done intentionally, because we did see something very similar to this at the end of Halo Wars 2.
This works.
And with that all said, that's the end of this video. And if you enjoyed what you saw, consider hitting that like button. And if you want to see more content like this, subscribe to my channel. Thanks, and have a good one.